Hello, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Welcome back to your go-to channel for coin values, history, and interesting facts. Today, we're diving deep into the 1996 Canada 1-cent coin, its design, history, and, most importantly, its circulated value. Stick around to see if this small coin holds any big surprises. The Canadian 1-cent coin from 1996 is part of the famous Maple Leaf Cent series, which was in circulation from 1937 to 2012 before Canada discontinued the penny. The Royal Canadian Mint produced millions of these coins, making them a common sight in pockets and piggy banks. Features a right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Pedery Hunt. This design was used from 1990 to 2002 before being updated in later years. The text includes, Elizabeth II D.G. Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. Displays the classic two maple leaves on a twig, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray. The word, Canada, is engraved above, with 1 cent, and the year 1996 below. In 1996, the Canada 1-cent coin had a unique composition compared to previous years. Here's what you need to know: 98% copper, 1.5% zinc, 0.5% tin weight *, 2.5 grams diameter *, 19.05 millimeters edge *, smooth. With over 700 million coins minted in 1996, these pennies were produced in high numbers, making them very common even today. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1996 Canada 1-cent coin. Since it's a common coin, its value mostly depends on its condition. Here's a quick breakdown. If your coin is heavily circulated, scratches, discoloration, it's worth only face value, 1 cent. Many 1996 pennies are still in circulation today, so finding one in your pocket change isn't rare. A high-grade 1996 penny, MS 63 or higher, can be worth $0.25 to $2. If you have a proof or special edition version, its value could be even higher. Some die cracks or double die errors could increase the value of your coin to $10 or more, depending on demand. Canada stopped producing pennies in 2012 because it cost more than 1 cent to make each penny. The 1996 penny is one of the last years to use the 98% copper composition before Canada switched to a zinc core in 1997. Many Canadians still collect these pennies as a memory of the past, even though they're no longer in production. So, is the 1996 Canada 1-cent coin valuable? In circulated condition, it's mostly worth just 1 cent, but if you find a rare or high-grade one, it could be worth a few dollars. Either way, it's a piece of history that every Canadian coin collector should have. The Canada 1-cent coin has a long and rich history that dates back to 1858, when the first official Canadian pennies were introduced. Over the years, the design, composition, and production of the penny have evolved, reflecting Canada's economic and technological changes. The first Canadian pennies were struck in England and featured a portrait of Queen Victoria. After Canada became a nation in 1867, the penny continued to feature British monarchs, including King Edward VII, 1902 to 1910, and King George V, 1911 to 1936. The coins were larger and made almost entirely of copper in 1937. Canada redesigned the penny to feature the iconic maple leaves on a twig, a design by G.E. Kruger Gray. This design remained in use for 75 years until the penny was discontinued in 2012. The 1996 Canada 1-cent coin was minted during a period of transition for Canadian currency. Here are some key facts about this year's issue. In 1996, Canada minted more than 700 million pennies, making it a very common coin. The Royal Canadian Mint, RCM, produced these pennies at their main facility in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The 1996 penny was one of the last years to use the 98% copper alloy. Starting in 1997, Canada switched to a copper-plated zinc composition to reduce costs. The 1996 penny features the Dora de Pedery Hunt portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was introduced in 1990. This was the first Canadian coin design created by a Canadian artist. By the early 2000s, the cost of producing pennies had increased significantly. By 2012, it cost 1.6 cents to produce a 1-cent coin, meaning the government was losing money every time a penny was made. In 2012, Canada officially stopped producing pennies, and they were removed from circulation. As electronic transactions and debit/credit cards became more common, fewer people used pennies. Businesses and banks also found handling large amounts of pennies inconvenient. The last Canadian penny was minted on May 4, 2012, and is now a popular collector's item. Though the 1996 penny is not rare, it remains an important part of Canadian coinage history. Even though the penny is no longer in circulation, many Canadians still hold on to them for nostalgia or as part of their coin collections. The 1996 1-cent coin represents one of the last years of the pure copper era, making it historically significant. 1981 Canada 1-cent coin ***. You might have some of these lying around, but do you know their real value in circulation today? Stick around to find out. The Canadian 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, has a long and rich history. The 1981 version is particularly interesting because it belongs to the era before Canada stopped producing pennies in 2012. These coins were widely used in daily transactions, but now they are becoming more sought after by collectors. On the front of the coin, we see a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait was used from 1965 to 1989, so if you have a penny from this period, it likely looks similar. The reverse features the classic maple leaf design, created by G.E. Kruger Gray. This iconic symbol represents Canada's natural beauty and national pride. The 1981 Canada 1-cent coin was made of 98% copper, 1.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, making it a mostly copper coin. It weighs 3.24 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 mm in 1981. Over 731 million pennies were minted in Canada, making this a very common coin. However, the real question is, does it hold any special value today? In circulated condition, the 1981 Canada 1-cent coin is generally worth its face value of 1 cent. Since these coins were made in huge numbers and widely used, they are still easy to find in change or coin collections. However, if you have a mint condition or uncirculated version, it can be worth between $0.10 to 50 cents USD. A coin in MS-65 condition, which means it has almost no wear, can sell $4.1 or more. Now, here's where things get exciting. Some rare error coins from 1981 can be worth more. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die variety. This happens when the design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a blurry or doubled effect on letters or numbers. If you find one of these, it could be worth $10 to $50 or more. Another valuable error is the off-center strike, where the design is misaligned. These errors can be worth $20 or more, depending on how dramatic the mistake is. So, should you keep your 1981 Canadian pennies? If you have a lot of them, they're mostly worth face value. However, if you find one in excellent condition or with an error, it could be worth much more to collectors also. Since these pennies are mostly copper, they may have some value based on the price of copper in the future. That's all for today's video on the 1981 Canada 1-cent coin. What do you think? Have you found any rare or valuable ones? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Yamara for more coin videos. Hit that bell so you never miss a new upload.